There is a lot of confusion tonight over Elon Musk's ultimatum. Will federal workers actually be fired at midnight if they don't reply to that email asking to list what they did last week? President Trump's Office of Personnel Management just told federal agencies replying is voluntary. Now, that's essentially the opposite of what the president himself said just a couple of hours ago.
We have people that don't show up to work, and nobody even knows if they work for the government. So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what he's doing is saying, are you actually working? And then if you don't answer, like you're sort of semi-fired or you're fired.
Okay, mixed signals have led to mounting confusion from federal workers about what to do. Will Musk's crusade hit a roadblock? Will there be a massive round of layoffs starting at 12:01 a.m.? There was already a growing list of agencies, the FBI, the Department of Defense, the Department of Homeland Security, to name just a few, that were telling their employees just to ignore the order. Those agencies, by the way, are led by prominent Trump allies Kash Patel, Pete Hegseth, and Kristi Noem. The one person we haven't heard from tonight is Elon Musk himself. And yes, we've been checking X. Is he going to come out and say the midnight deadline is off? Joining me now is NewsNation's Joe Khalil, live in Washington. Joe, we don't know if anyone's going to be fired. We don't know if this is mandatory or voluntary. What on earth is going on?
So it's a great question. I'm not sure that anybody really knows what's going on from the start of this weekend up through now and then what's going to happen later this week. If you're a federal worker right now, Elizabeth, working for any government agency, you'd be forgiven if you sort of feel like a ping pong. You got this email over the weekend, which seemed that it was a mandatory thing to respond to, or you might lose your job. And then you wake up today and you've got several groups filing a lawsuit on your behalf saying, no, 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 the Office of Personnel Management does not have the authority to fire you or dismiss you for not answering an email. But then later on in the afternoon, you hear the President of the United States say that you're semi-fired or fired. So make sense of that. And then about an hour and a half or so later, the Office of Personnel Management sends another note to all of the agencies in the government saying no one's going to actually lose their job. Responding to this email is voluntary. If that was hard to follow, again, you'd be forgiven. And that is really the criticism generally. This is becoming a theme that we are hearing about DOGE. I spent the day on Capitol Hill. Let's put Democrats aside, Elizabeth, because there are several of them that every single day hammer DOGE and Elon Musk. Just focusing on Republicans today, this whole episode has basically split them into two groups. There's one group that I'll call they're just down with DOGE no matter what, and they said this is actually a great idea because a private company would have every right to ask, what did you do last week? And if you can't prove you're useful, you're gone. They also said it's a good way to find out who's working and who's not. But then you've got a whole other faction of the Republican Party, and it is a sizable chunk that is saying we support the idea of making the government more efficient, even support the idea of laying off federal workers en masse if that's what it takes. But the way that all of this is being done is creating chaos, is creating confusion, and it's not just for Democratic districts. It's federal workers all across the country, and Republicans are now more openly speaking on the record that the way this is being done needs to change.
Well, and Joe, just to add to the confusion, I don't know, Elon Musk just tweeted, the email request was utterly trivial, as the standard for passing the test was to type some words and press send. Yet so many failed even that inane test, urged on in some cases by their managers. Have you ever witnessed such incompetence and contempt for how your taxes are being spent? Makes old Twitter look good. Didn't think that was possible. So sounds to me like he's upset. He said this was ridiculous, but it does sound like he's blinking here.
A little bit, and I think what jumps out at me right away is he's taking issue with even the heads of the agencies who he says told their employees not to do this.
By the way, that would be like Kash Patel, Pete Hegseth, and Kristi Noem,
exactly.
among others.
People who are very close allies of President Trump. That's right.
Okay. All right, Joe Khalil reporting live, trying to sort through the confusion on Capitol Hill to figure out if that midnight deadline still means anything. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.